Good morning. This meeting of the Louisiana Tax Commission is hereby called to order. This meeting is being held at the offices of the Louisiana Tax Commission at 1051 North 3rd Street, Suite 225, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The date is Wednesday, November 2nd, 2022, and the time is 10 a.m. Please call the roll.
Chairman Shahardi,
Here.
Commissioner Potier,
Here.
Commissioner Jeffers,
Here.
Commissioner Vercher,
Here.
Commissioner Wood,
Here.
5 present and a quorum.
Thank you. All right, at this time, under old business, I'll call our attorney, Mr. Drew Hoffman, to the microphone to give us an update.
Good morning, commission members. Under old business this morning, I don't have the opportunity to present many reports to you all, but last week we deferred consideration of the 2022 first quarter supplemental assessment roll from Orleans Parish on the basis of an objection that was made by counsel for Folgers due to ongoing pending litigation in New Orleans involving what I understand to be some issue with the prior assessments and the supplemental assessments that are being performed by Assessor Williams. On the basis of the objection, the commission elected to defer consideration of the supplemental assessment roll for a period of 2 weeks. I just wanted to give you an update that as of this morning, I have not received a copy of the filing, but understand that Folgers intends to file for an entry of a TRO, temporary restraining order, and a preliminary injunction to enjoin the tax commission from approving the supplemental assessment rolls if it includes Folgers. I have communicated with counsel for the assessor, and they are aware of this development. I've also communicated with counsel for the taxpayer to remind the taxpayer that absent entry of a TRO or preliminary injunction, that the commission intends to take up consideration of the supplemental assessment roll next week. And it's my understanding from LTC staff that our meeting next week is on Thursday. I'm happy to answer any questions, but that's where we stand as of today.
Does anyone have any questions? All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll now move on to the approval of the minutes of the meeting of October 26, 2022. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the minutes of the October 26, 2022 meeting.
All right, we have a motion. Is there any objection to the motion? There being no objection to the motion stands adopted. We'll now have a presentation from our administrator, Michael Mathern, regarding the Louisiana Tax Commission's ADA policy.
Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Mathern for the Louisiana Tax Commission. During the last legislative session, House Bill 143 was passed by the legislature and has been signed by the governor as Act 103 of the 22 regular session. Act 103 establishes certain policy, training, and reporting requirements for all executive branch state agencies for the purposes of complying with the Americans with Disabilities Act. As you are all familiar, each employee of the Louisiana Tax Commission has completed training regarding ADA. Every employee has been given a voluntary disclosure form, and this policy would put us in compliance with Act 103 and in line with every other executive agency. It mimics the Division of Administration policy and also allows our employees to know, should they request an accommodation, we are here to honor that request and give all employees the tools they need to do their job. I ask consideration for the policy.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any questions? All right, there being no questions, is there a motion for approval of the Louisiana Tax Commission's ADA policy?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the Louisiana Tax Commission's ADA policy as presented.
All right. We have a motion. Is there any objection to the motion? There being no objection to the motion stands adopted. Thank you, Mr. Mathern. All right, we'll now move on to the consideration of change orders.
Chandrika Banks on behalf of the Louisiana Tax Commission. Today, we have a total of 1,446 change orders. Staff has reviewed those change orders and requests to approve 1,302. We'll place 64 in pending status, defer 79, and deny 1. Reasons for rejection: 1, in brochure due to being entered in error. Reason for deferral: 71 in Orleans, referencing a supplemental roll. We would like to defer all change order requests from Orleans from which reference a supplemental roll. 8 in Orleans Parish until revised assessment values are confirmed. Staff requests approval of the change orders.
All right, can you give me those numbers again, please?
Okay. 1,046 change orders.
I'm sorry, say it again.
We have a total of 1,446 change orders.
All right, hold on. Is it 1,446?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's next?
We will approve 1,302,
Okay,
place 64 in pending status.
okay,
We'll defer 79 and deny 1. Do you all need the reasons again?
yes, please go ahead.
I would move that we accept the staff recommendations, approve 1,446 change orders. I'm sorry, approve 1,302 change orders, place 64 in pending status, defer 79 for the reasons given, and deny 1 for the reason given.
All right, I believe those numbers are correct. Am I right? Okay. All right, we have a motion and we're excluding the supplemental roll. Is that correct? From Orleans Parish from adoption today? Okay. All right, we have a motion regarding change orders. Is there, Commissioner Wood, is there any objection to the motion? There being no objection to the motion stands adopted. We'll now consider prior pending change orders.
Chandrika Banks on behalf of the Louisiana Tax Commission. Today, we have a total of 13 prior pending change orders. Staff has reviewed those change orders and requests to approve 7 and keep 6 remaining in pending status. Staff requests approval of the prior pending change orders.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we accept staff recommendation as it pertains to prior pending change orders, approve 7 of the 13, place 6 back in pending status.
Well, we have a motion. Is there any objection to the motion? There being no objection to the motion stands adopted. We'll now consider tax sale cancellations.
Chandrika Banks on behalf of the Louisiana Tax Commission. Today, we have a total of 2 tax sale cancellations, 1 in Washington Parish due to being sold in error, and 1 in East Baton Rouge Parish due to being sold in error. Staff is requesting to approve 2 tax sale cancellations.
Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of 2 tax sale cancellations based on staff's recommendation, 1 in Washington Parish and 1 in East Baton Rouge Parish.
We have a motion. Is there any objection to the motion? There being no objection to the motion stands adopted. At this time, I move that we amend the agenda to add Washington Parish to the list of parish tax rolls to be approved today. Is there any objection to that motion? There being no objection to the motion stands adopted. We will now consider the 2022 tax rolls for the following parishes: East Baton Rouge, Plaquemine, Lafourche, St. Charles, and Washington Parish.
Good morning, Tanisha Malvo on behalf of the Louisiana Tax Commission. Today, we have 5 parishes requesting approval of their tax rolls, being East Baton Rouge, Lafourche, Plaquemine, St. Charles, and Washington. We have received their required items of filing their electronic roll, the affidavits, the quietuses, the Louisiana Legislative Auditor's letters. We have also been able to reconcile and balance their TC 33, their millage reports, their public service reports, and staff is requesting approval of the 5 parishes previously mentioned.
Thank you. Are there any questions? There being no questions, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we approve the 2022 tax rolls as presented by staff for the following parishes: East Baton Rouge, Plaquemines, Lafourche, St. Charles, and Washington.
We have a motion. Is there any objection to the motion? There being no objection to the motion stands adopted. I believe that concludes the docket for today. Is that correct? All right. All right, the commission docket is, we've gone through it. We're ready for a motion to adjourn. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I move for adjournment.
We have a motion to adjourn. Is there any objection to the motion? There being no objection to the motion, the Tax Commission stands adjourned at 10:11